Don't get me laughing again. Oh
Do we want to keep following song?
my
Great. That's what the table wants to see. Cool. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, if everyone's good with that.
I don't care. I need to know.
I was muted that whole time. We're gonna see if Sean stabs an old man with a knife. That was the joke. So let's do that. Let's find out.
So you knock on the door.
Yeah.
Exasperated voice is like, yes, come in. What is it? You have this like tray.
Yeah.
It's like 100 times nicer than any meal you've ever eaten in your life on this tray.
Right.
Okay. This guy. Yeah. It's got like a nice bottle of wine.
Yeah, and then I'm going to I'm gonna open the door and come inside.
Yeah, and so the room is just like full of all these various like curios and statues, and there's like crates full of books, and it's like this person's whole life as expressed in things in this room. And it's like there's like the one source of light, which is this little like gas lamp on this small table. Or no, it's not even on a table, it's on like the side of a crate. And the man has this ledger out where he's like noting all this stuff, and then it's just this like mountain of things in this like very high ceilinged room with like Baroque like finishing on the ceiling. And so we can see like there's like a fresco on the ceiling and just this mountain of crates that reaches all the way up to it. And it's a picture of some grim occult shit. I don't know. It's like it's Leviathans at sea and like Leviathan hunter ships on this fresco above, just to keep everything nicely.
Can I see what's in the crates? Are they boarded up or what?
Some of them are open, some of them are closed up. It's clear that the magistrate has been like tallying everything. He has like these like lists in this ledger that he's referring to, and then like some documents that he's filling out. And he's like, oh, just anywhere. This chaos is my home now.
And
he doesn't even look up from his notes.
Yeah, I set the tray down and I say, it looks like you've been busy.
And it's like it would be improper for an actual servant to speak.
Right. Of course it would. Yeah.
But it's also clear that he's like exhausted and is like happy to just have a distraction. So he puts his pen down and like leans back, and he hasn't really like looked at you yet, but he's doing one of these, and like his spectacle, he like puts his spectacles down on the desk.
Yeah.
He's just like, well, just pray that you never live to accumulate this much clutter to pass down to ungrateful children. He's like, third strong drink in there. Pour me something, will you?
And then he poisons the wine.
I think I'm going to pour my silence potion vial into his drink.
Okay.
Oh man, this is a game one flashback I'm getting here.
And so you like mix it with some of the
of the wine and pour it in there.
And yeah, there's like this, very elegant like fluted glass that you pour it into. Yeah, and you like pass it to him.
Yeah. And so like when he drinks it, everything goes silent in a 10-foot or like a 10-pace radius.
So and it's that he can no longer make sound, right?
Give me 1 second.
It's like a magic thing. It's like that like everything around him cannot make sound. It's
okay,
weird.
Yeah, he has like an aura around him where everything can't make sound.
Yeah, I think it's technically something that. So let me just double check that, because it might be something I'm supposed to drink, and I just kind of got caught up in the moment and was like, "Let me pour it in his drink."
This works equally as well because it's still silence.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's nothing within 10 paces makes sound. It's a weird magical effect. It's not just like you become mute.
And it doesn't give any descriptors for like it tastes a certain way or anything like that.
Let me I'm still get into my equipment, the descriptions. I had it, but then I went looking for something earlier.
And it's a
Almost.
silence potion.
Yeah, silence potion. It's a lurk item. So
A vial of golden liquid that negates all sound within 10 paces of the drinker for a span of several moments.
yes, then yeah.
And it takes 0 load.
And
Okay. So and I think it's like a very small amount, like the glass is mostly wine, and then you tilt this like, like 2 or 3 thimbles sized little
Yeah.
vial, right, with like a little tiny cap and fire it in there.
yeah. And so I think once he takes the vial, I've already sort of heard what I wanted to hear. And then I'm going to just go ahead and slit his throat right there.
Yeah, so he's like talking to you. He like turns and looks at you and he's like, "Huh, I see they're struggling to find staff dipping into the root or stock. Well, let me give you some advice, my boy." And then like takes a sip and then goes to continue talking and just like no sound comes out
Yeah.
and like gives you this really confused look.
Yeah.
In the, like span of like a second or two before I assume you just like
Yeah. I just like put my hand on his shoulder and push him back and put my knife through his throat.
well, let's see if you do.
Well, yeah, I mean that's fair.
Roll skirmish or something. Well, sorry.
I was
Roll
thinking
an action.
prowl.
You're gonna
But-
this is prowl? Yeah, totally.
Give me 1 second. I mean, I can.
I'm not I can't
skirmish.
tell you what to roll.
I know. Skirmish is fair. I think in this situation because I'm like letting him talk to me. Like, I think
Yeah,
he
he's
sees me and he
looking
has a
at
chance
you.
to resist. So
But I also
Yeah.
think it's still an ambush.
it is. I get my +1
Yes.
die,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
that's-
I think honesty for the action is that I'm doing a skirmish here.
Yeah.
What is my position and my effect?
This guy is a magistrate. He's kind of a big deal.
Is he good at fighting, or is he just kind of a big deal?
Yeah, I mean, even
I'm
if
trying
he's
to decide whether or not he would be good at fighting.
that's
even,
fair.
even if he's kind of a big deal, he's just an old guy in a room right now.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
maybe
like,
he was somebody. I mean, that's
does
fair.
he have a military background or not? I'm going to make a fortune roll,
Sure.
and high on this means he is like someone who can actually carry himself in a fight for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll an actual physical die. I'm going to roll a different one because I just threw that one off my desk. Well, that right there is a 1.
Ooh.
So he's not good at fighting. Yeah, so you can just go ahead and roll me a controlled standard roll.
Yeah.
Things could go wrong, but
They won't.
it's not very likely that they'll go very wrong.
Oh, that's a lie. Let's look at my dice.
Yeah, I told you they wouldn't.
Oh, 5. So 3, 3, 5.
Okay, so a 5 on controlled. Yeah, this is going to be pretty minor. Yeah, so I think what it is that he seems to like clue into it
Yeah.
really quickly.
Sure. He's a smart guy.
sooner than
That's fine.
expected. Yeah, he like puts it together like right away that this is weird. Like maybe he was already suspicious when you talked to him, right? That's
Yeah.
already how like a servant shouldn't normally do that. And so he manages to like get his hands up and like splashes you with the drink, and there's this whole like messy sequence, and it like takes a minute to kill him, like rather than just being like boom, it's done. It's like there's a bit of a struggle, all in
Yeah.
silence, of course, in complete silence. But like he gets his hand up and catches your knife, like goes through his hand,
Mm-hmm.
and he like twists his hand away in pain, and it like wrenches the knife out of your hand, and you have to like wrestle him to the ground and like strangle him to death.
Oh my god.
And it just takes time. And so I'm gonna make a fortune roll just generally. at this point. This seems like a good juncture. I'm gonna make a fortune roll for the security of the building overall, and we'll see what happens.
See what kind of patrols we might be up against.
Just a 2d6 fortune roll. Yeah, so I think you guys are fine. I think you guys still have time.
Cool.
I'm just gonna put 1 pip on your cover being blown, because eventually a body in the hallway and this guy's body are gonna draw some attention.
Doesn't that fill it though?
No, because you killed the.
Oh, right. You offered me.
Yeah.
That. Okay, I forgot
Yeah,
about
she
that.
doesn't go and blab and like give a description of you. Right.
Right.
This is like one, because like there is some suspicious stuff going on. People will get alerted. Things will happen, but it's not like anyone can pin it on you directly in the same way as if she had witnessed, gotten to witnessing, as they say.
So you're in the room with the stuff.
You're in the room with the stuff. And so, yeah, like having like murdered this dude in cold blood, there's then the like pan up from your hands around his neck of like the huge mountain of worldly goods. And then we'll cut to the party because there's that
let's
like
do that.
the fresco of the Leviathan hunter ships, right, in the like dim lamplight.
Love it.
And then it's the Captain Cleland, or Admiral Cleland, I guess it would be, like telling some story, and Quelland shooting like the dagger eyes at Thorn. And Ivan, you like come into this, you find Thorn in the party after like. Do you like stop by for some hors d'oeuvres and like drink on your way through, or?
So Ivan, being who Ivan is, I'm poking a lot of fun at poor university students because I used to be one of these. So he takes like a couple of hors d'oeuvres, but he like shoves them in his mouth and then takes another one and puts it in a pocket. Like,
Yeah,
and
he
this
just
is
knows
like,
that he's never gonna get it this good.
oh yeah, absolutely. Like it's never going to be this good again.
Cool.
So he kind of does that, and then did Song ever tell us where the?
No, because he found out from the servant and then he went, right?
Yeah. So it's like he knew that there was stuff in a place, and he was like, "Yeah, there's totally going to be this stuff in some place because of this."
But
thing.
he had a
Where it was,
flashback, right? Where
Yeah,
he
the flashback
was.
was to get the information that like all of.
Okay, so we don't know
Stuff
exactly
is-
where.
We don't know where Song is in the in the building.
Okay. So I'm going to see Thorn. And I see the person staring daggers into her.
Uh-huh.
And he's had enough of conflict today.
Can I flash back to leave them like a breadcrumb trail they would notice?
It's silverware.
Oh, I mean, yeah, this is great because if you fuck up, then I know exactly what will happen. So yeah, by all means, have
Sure.
a bunch of arrows pointing at where you're going to murder people.
It's beautiful.
You can roll that.
How much stress is this?
This
is like
one stress.
This is 12 stress for Sean the player, mind you. But,
This is a one stress flashback.
yeah.
I mean, right? Like, as long as you roll good, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
But if you fuck it up, it's like it's pretty obvious what the consequences of this are, right?
My question is, what kind of action is this? Like, this is one where I'm not. Is it prowl? Is it me trying to do that? Is it finesse?
It could be finesse to like conceal the things. It
Yeah.
could be, I could see this being like a hunt roll or
Yeah,
something like that, like
it's
some kind of.
it could be a
weird-
lot of things.
Hunt,
Wow.
I think, is cool. Yeah, like I know how to leave. Like,
Right, because
subtle.
this is like a hunty kind of thing, right? Of like marking
Yeah.
trees or leaving some kind of trail, but without leaving an obvious trail.
Right. Yeah,
Oh.
if I can roll hunt, I would like to, because I feel it's either that or finesse, and I would rather
I
roll
mean,
hunt.
let's just quickly read through the
Sure.
list of skills. and their
Okay.
descriptions.
So
Um, Yeah, Sean, which ones do you think are candidates to you?
Definitely, I think it's either hunt or finesse. I think that's really what it comes down to in this case.
So,
So for hunt, it says you might follow a person or discover their location. You might arrange an ambush. You might attack with precision shooting from a distance.
Oh, then they should hunt me, and I should spend the stress to help them.
That seems totally reasonable as a way to do this. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
That makes
Sean.
sense.
And is that what both of you want to do? Is that what just Ivan wants to do?
Well, Ivan meets up with me, and then
Yeah, and y'all have like a quick aside and
yeah,
talk. Sure. So let's do that, and then if it comes to the decision that y'all want to go track down,
we know what to roll at this point. Yeah.
then you know how that's going to happen,
yeah.
Okay, so
or if it comes up in some other way, we'll get to it. But yeah, totally.
so you find Thorn, and then
So I guess if we're doing this way, what we'll do, we'll roll back a little bit. And okay, I'm gonna spend a stress
Hmm.
to have a flashback where we all came up with our own cover names.
That should always be a flashback.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a free flashback. This is a
Oh,
zero.
this is a free one?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is
So
fine. It's not
I
like-
know I'm gonna
Y'all
let
aren't rolling
Violet
dice.
come up with whatever Ivan's name.
I
is.
don't want to come up.
Yeah,
with
no,
your
you're doing
name.
it.
No.
You have
Come on with
Vey.
your-
Yeah,
I'm Vey.
so-
Yeah,
Yeah, you're already
So
done.
I-
her real name because she's too fucking dense not to.
it is her real name. Vey Aran is her real
Oh,
name.
Yeah.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like
So yeah, what fake name does Ivan come up with? Because Thorn can only think of her own name, which I love. You need a cover name.
Well, she almost introduced herself as Thorn at the goddamn party.
Yeah, exactly.
oh my god.
Already
I wanted to say Tulio, but no. You know what? We know people. Jewel.
Jewel. All right.
Yeah.
What about?
Ivan's cover name is Jewel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Joel.
Great.
Jul.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool.
Jewel,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
What's-
So you like walk up to Thorn.
What's song?
My cover name is. No, it's Osric. Is my
Osric. Okay.
Osric.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, there you are, Faye. Could I borrow you for a moment?
Yeah, of course. Extricate my arm.
Yeah, and he's in the midst of some, telling some story,
Yeah.
and is like sufficiently distracted.
Just
Yeah.
aside with Ivan.
So, I might have made a mistake. I may have made a chain of mistakes, but I really think that we should meet up with the person who can punch people.
I don't punch people.
I don't know. what-
Dagger is like a sharp punch.
Yeah.
I
He's bigger than Ivan, so he can punch people.
I don't know where he went to. I was trying to talk to people, and then things happen, and then people talking, and then more talking.
Well, can you use your brain thing? Like, look into the ghosts?
There are a lot of ghosts here. It's like a hall with 60 people in it. Like,
So, no?
I don't think so. But we could look for him.
That's not a bad idea. How do we do that?
Just follow me. And
Okay.
and Thorn is gonna go looking for any sign of
Song.
yeah.
Cool. So y'all are gonna roll.
Gonna do
hunt.
the same thing, yeah. That we were
So
gonna do.
Sean's about to get really stressed out.
So he's not. Sean is not leading the action. He
No.
is helping. Thorn is leading the action. It sounds
Yeah.
like.
Yeah,
'Cause
because
she's. I mean, she literally just said, "Follow me," right?
Yeah.
we can help anybody. We can help each other from anywhere.
I think it's the two of them doing a group action, and I'm spending a stress to help that.
Yeah.
If
Okay,
That works for
yeah.
me.
And I will push myself in this role.
And here's the thing: y'all have the like neural network. Like,
Yeah, couldn't I just
Yeah.
be like, "Song, where are you?"
Yeah.
yeah, but what this looks like is you still have to find your way there, which is gonna
Yeah.
be the
so,
hard-
or
This
you
is
can
how
attune.
Sean's
So
solving.
you could probably like attune to me then, or something like
Yeah,
that. You know,
exactly. Yeah, like find you in the crowd.
Yeah, if you want to use a tune for this, the consequences are going to be different. You know, it's like it changes the complications that might follow, but you could get similar results.
But I could use a tune. That would be reasonable, considering the like brain connection.
Yeah, I think it's.
I
Gonna
think
be,
if Thorn is going to lead anything, it's gonna be by her sense of like weirdness. You know.
Here's
like,
what I will put to you.
Okay.
Regardless of how you want to color it, so like you could hunt, and it could be Thorn listening for ghosts, and she's still hunting.
Yeah.
oh right.
If you want to roll a tune, it's going to be a desperate roll because of the nature of the occult shit that's going
And
on.
all the other stuff that's in this room. Yeah.
Because we know for a fact that people like Raffaello are getting up to no good in the back rooms of this manor. That might carry with it some darker implications. You can still roll it. If you want to roll hunt, it's going to be risky standard. If you want to roll a tune, it's going to be desperate standard, and have different consequences.
Let's just go hunt. I think.
Hunt is more likely to get you like caught by security or that kind of thing.
Oh well,
Whereas
fuck that. A tune then. A tune is way more
tune
fun.
is more likely to get you caught by,
Devoured by ghosts.
really nasty spiritual shit. I'm not saying like one is more likely to get you caught, but just like
I know what you
if
mean.
you
Yeah,
fail at the
yeah.
hunt roll, it's going to mean this kind of consequence. If you fail at the attune, it's going to mean this kind of
I understand. So
Great.
I will do the attune. And are you still helping me, Sean?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay.
And does Ivan help in any particular way?
I'm trying to figure out a way I can help with the tune rules.
I can with one help. I'm pretty sure I'll be all right.
Okay.
So, desperate standard.
Desperate standard.
Okay.
I will
Three
offer.
fails and a succeed.
No!
Well,
How is this possible?
well,
This is the second time.
my die was a 2 at least.
I love this game.
It's so good.
God fucking
Wow.
damn it!
Wow.
It's happening again.
You can resist whatever consequence.
Yeah.
Desperate consequences are the really bad ones.
They
right?
are. It's, yeah.
And without a spirit mask.
Well, if you haven't used all your load, you can still have a spirit mask on you. You just haven't put it on in the middle of the party.
Yeah, it's not too late if you want to have busted it out once you were in the back.
Side room.
Sure, like if I'm not in the middle of the visible area, I'd probably use it, but
Yeah.
okay.
And so that helps you suffer less harm and stuff from
It defends me from possession, basically.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Demons can't possess you. So y'all don't realize what you're doing, but you walk by a certain room which Song was in earlier. And from inside that room, with your spirit mask on, you can't see this thing. So like Thorn goes ahead and walks past this room. Ivan, as you're walking up, you see like a intense like orange glow coming out from under the door.
Okay.
And you can hear someone like humming to themselves inside the room. And Thorn like doesn't really seem to notice and walks past, and it's like the study has two doors into it, and they both have this like light coming out from it, and she's in between the two doors.
Yeah.
Um, and then they both open simultaneously with no clear sign of why.
Okay.
Um, and the room is now like totally dark inside, and the humming stops.
So let me get this right. Thorn like walks between these two doors.
Yeah, and then they both like suddenly open, and the light that was coming out from under them
And
disappears.
I'm behind her.
And you're like walking down. It's like at a turn in the hall, and so you like see this happen at a bit of a remove.
Yeah.
Um, and then there's a like creeping heat in the hallway. And Thorn, this is where you start to like clue into stuff going on. And like there are oil lamps here that are out, but they all like turn on suddenly. They'll light
Okay.
fire and then start like flaring, and fire just starts like pouring out of them.
Run!
And yeah, there's this like crackling, this loud like crackling sound of timbers igniting, and yeah, so like the house starts burning down in this part of it very suddenly, like within a span of seconds.
Okay. I
Unless
like to
you would
say
like to
that
resist.
every time that Ivan has gone on a mission, he has seen some really Lovecraftian horror things start to happen around him.
I run real fast away from fire.
So just a reminder, y'all can resist these consequences.
Yeah, I'm going to resist the fire happening.
Oh,
I
Also-
think I have to resist because it's my
Oh.
And
role.
Thorn, you're also going to suffer level 3 harm, horrible burns.
Okay, well I'll resist that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's another. I forgot the complete suite
Story.
of horrible things that happen.
Okay.
And maybe Ivan sees this, but Thorn doesn't. You see a man painting in the study with these like huge sweeping strokes of the brush, and he's
Yeah.
like sweating profusely. And you only see him now that everything's on fire, and it's like lighting him in this room, and he's painting this picture of a house that's engulfed in flame from the inside, seen from the inside, and the paint like flickers and moves on the canvas.
Okay.
And like
So
seems
I'm
the like space he's painting does that weird thing where the focus shifts and it looks like the hallway or whatever is lengthening. It's like that kind of shit going on.
Okay. Give me 1 second so I can figure out what roll I'm going to try to make here to put 2 and 2 together.
So I rolled a 3 on my resist.
Yeah, and this is to resist the harm
Yeah.
for Thorn. Okay, so you take 3 stress, your harm goes down to level 2 harm, badly burned.
Okay. So I'm going to push myself, and I'm going to do a study roll to put the fire that's happening right now and the fire on the painting, try to connect the two.
Okay.
And I'd say that when I fail, I don't get it.
Yeah,
I just can't connect the two.
Desperate limited at this point.
Perfect.
Because, there's some demonic shit manifesting.
Yep. Any double bargains?
My devil's bargain is demonic shit is happening.
Well,
Here's my
that's-
devil's bargain for you.
Okay.
That, the whole looking into the abyss looking back at you.
Oh, perfect.
This demon who is involved here, which Ivan doesn't know about, but we all know it's a demon. Let's be real.
Yeah.
This demon of fire and whatnot, like notices Ivan.
Oh, perfect. We're doing it.
Great.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yay!
You do
4
it.
on a desperate. Yeah. Okay. Okay, my friend. So So Raffello and his friend find the crew. There's a clock I'm going to start. And it's going to have 3 pips on it. No, it's going to have 2 pips on it. No, it's a desperate roll. It's got 3 pips on it. Yeah, you can go ahead and ask me a question from your list.
Okay.
Post the leech list into chat. I can do that for you.
No, I got it here.
Got it?
I actually copied and pasted my.
Yeah, you got it all set
Yeah.
aside. Great.
So my question's going to be, what's really going on here?
Yeah, so Raffello, the painter, has in some way is able to channel or has made some exchange, some bartering for the power of this like fiery demon. And you know that there's a fiery demon involved because you see it claw its way out of the painting, and just like walk through Raffello. Like it just passes through Raffello as if he's not even there, as Raffello is continuing to like furiously paint this image.
Does it
Yeah.
bear a vague resemblance to Song?
No, but in the
Okay.
painting, there's a picture of Song,
Okay.
like huddled in a corner, like terrified of the flames. It's like
Oh.
you as a young boy,
Sure.
this corner, like covered in soot, as this like massive fire is happening inside this building. And yeah, the demon has like hands for feet, and they like every time they touch down on the carpeting, there's this
It
like
singes and
crackling.
burns.
It's like lighting on fire. And the demon is like a kind of like circular core with a big eye in it, that has like, when it opens, there are like 40 eyes inside of it that are all like clumped together and clustered weirdly with like
Oh, nice.
and then it's got 8 hands or arms with hands, and so it walks on a couple of them, like 3 or 4 of them, and so yeah, it basically looks like a wheel almost without a rim. It's just like these spokes out of this central hub with eyes in it, and it like claws its way forward and just like looks at you. So if you want to make a resist roll for me, that would be good.
I almost feel like it has to be a resolve roll.
Yeah, because basically otherwise it's just gonna walk up to you and like light you on fire.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything about it 'cause you'll be
But
so-
don't worry, I'm going to be perfectly fine on the stress roll. Because we got forged in, or hardened by
forged in the fire.
Forged in the fire. Yeah.
Literally this time.
Great.
So take 2 stress.
Yeah, so like there's this moment of like, the sheer panic at this thing that should not exist emerging into the room.
Yeah.
And then what do? You are able to act. It does not freeze you in complete abject terror.
Run. I think running is the best option here.
Great.
Fly, you fools.
Where do you
Yeah.
run to?
I almost want to say a window and jump out and just leave.
Okay, I mean, you have your shit together enough to not do something totally foolish.
Ridiculous.
The resist roll, right? Like,
But he's leaving.
Even
That,
just like exiting back to the party and down through the way that like
yeah, do you want to like go out the front door?
Yeah,
that's
like in a very hurried manner, like try to get back to the
Just like
boat.
The world you know? 'Cause,
Yeah.
you can also like go down to the basement into the boathouse.
Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
what he's
Okay.
going to try to do here.
What does Thorn do?
So, seeing this fire and this presence,
Yeah, and it's
Um,
like, it doesn't seem to take much notice of you because you didn't make a devil's bargain where it notices you.
no, but I'm about to piss it off, I think. Seeing this fire and this presence, Thorn, secure in her belief that the presence inside of her is stronger and needs protecting,
Mm-hmm.
and is of water and ocean,
Mm-hmm.
attempt to call upon her own patron to prevent the Kinklaith Mansion from burning down and to get rid of this pathetic, tiny little demon with the big power of Satara and her awesomeness.
Okay, well, you can go ahead and have potency, and I'm just going to put 1 pip on your Debt to Satara thing.
That's
again.
fine. And so, I will
It's twins.
I will potently tempest the fuck out of this whole place.
And do you have, like, some seawater on you?
Of course.
Okay, perfect. Because yeah, that would be ideal for invoking Satara.
Of course.
As they have sexual-
One of the
some
things, yeah,
thing of her element, right?
one of the things she carries the black ocean water, stars in it.
Yeah, cool. So you can go ahead and roll.
A tune for lightning, or
Yeah,
water.
you're gonna make
or
lightning, or do you want to
fire.
make water?
My plan is
Okay.
to just like make a storm in this room, basically, to douse the fire
Okay, so it's gonna
with
be
the rainwater.
like the how would you rate this force that you want to make? Do you want to make the force of like a staggering wind, a grenade, searing fire, electrical surge, or would this be like a charging horse, a burning forge, a bomb, whirlwind, electrocution?
I would call it like a grenade of storm. Makes sense to me.
Okay, cool. This is a very useful little table that John provides. I like this. Okay, so yeah, that's totally in the scope of what you can do. And it's just going to be this like you open the little vial of seawater and
Yeah, and like gush
fucking
it out,
torrent
sort
of
of
water
thing. Yeah,
comes out.
exactly.
So yeah, we'll just give you risky, maybe desperate great,
Okay.
if that seems fair. Desperate great, attune roll.
I mean, I can't roll 4 ones again. Hopefully.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
You guys are the worst.
Oh, I hope it happens.
We're not jinxing the dice gods. We're just saying what's true.
And the like area that this would affect is just like in your immediate space, right?
Yeah, but I'm looking to like harm the demon, basically.
Oh yeah, I mean this certainly will. This is the like antithetical.
Antithetical counter.
to it.
Yeah, this is the Pokemon counter to this
Water doesn't light on fire usually.
generally. Devil's Bargains.
You're making one.
2 more pips on Raffaello and his friend find the crew, as now they've seen another face.
That's a good ass devil's bargain right there.
We might as well just clock it or max this clock out right now.
I'm about to try and hurt the demon, so yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yes, it matters.
Cool. So you're gonna take the 2 pips for an extra die?
Sure.
Because I know you can roll 4 dice less than 3, but surely not 5 dice less than 3.
Yeah, but this is getting the 4 dice. This isn't getting the 5 dice.
That is
Oh,
that is a feat of only which Sean is capable.
pray continue.
Okay, here we go.
We're gonna get it straight.
Yes!
Oh,
Yes! Oh, yes!
So yeah, what does this look like?
So, from beneath her gown, she pulls like this small vial of seawater that's like thin enough that she could sort of hide it somewhere. And she looks at the demon and uncorks it and goes
Yeah,
like,
and like as you're doing this, it like
Yeah.
a bunch of its hands like pad on the ground and like things are sizzling and it turns and it has like this one big eyelid that closes over all the eyes, this like big cluster of eyes. And it like blinks once and then this line of fire starts like spreading towards you.
She pulls the cork as the line of fire like shoots out. She pulls the cork and like splashes it out, but instead of it being just like this little like of seawater, it's like it's like a torrent of like this black starry ocean water that
Yeah,
just
it's this like tsunami wave
Yeah.
of black water that emerges.
yeah, exactly. Like
That's
like
rad.
like and the fire that's advancing just gets like whoosh, doused like back towards the demon. And I imagine it crashes into said demon for potency because you said I had
Yeah,
potency.
yeah. So you're actually able to like hurt this thing. And so it like hovers in the air for a moment, and it puts out all like 8 of its hands, and they form this like they're all like clustered together. And it like braces against it and gets like slammed into the wall in the corner. And then like the whole space fills with steam like immediately. All the lights go out. There's this like loud thud of it hitting the wall, and then it just disappears into smoke. And the smoke like comes back like as another wave coming at you. There's like this steam and this black ashy smoke, and it's gone. It's totally gone. And though like Thorn doesn't see this, I think we get the shot of Raffello still like painting, and now the painting is this completely different image of like a massive ocean wave like coiling around, and it's a house is like at sea being swept out to sea, and it's on fire. And now instead of being like huddled in a corner, there's song, but like sitting on it as if it were a raft, as this house like goes out to sea on fire. Yeah, what does Thorn really do?
I mean, Thorn puts the cork back into the empty bottle and puts it away. And she's got like this really stupid smile on her face. Like that smile that Thorn has when like things get really fucked up, you know?
Like
and of course she's fucking drenched, you know? Like she's just covered in
well, and like there's steam everywhere.
Yeah,
It's all.
ocean water. She's
And then there's all
like
this ash, like sticking to you, so you've gone gray instead of pale. You're like all gray.
she is like this strange picture of like a nobly dressed version of her before they tidied her up. Like, you know what I mean? Like the water's all like put her hair down all over her, and like she's bedraggled again, you know? And can I see Raffello or no?
I mean, like the whole space that in front of you where the demon was and everything is all just filled with smoke.
Okay.
Right now, like it's totally.
So,
and you have your spirit mask on.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to like try and communicate with Song, if I can, and just like express urgency, you know, like that, like we don't have a lot of time left. Like,
Yeah.
And meanwhile, in the treasure trove,
Yeah.
what's Song doing?
So,
and like this all is nearby enough that like you vaguely hear like a thud.
yeah.
Kind of far away.
Well, you see, over the past week, after his nights at the theater, Song would stay up late and make his way and sneak into Brightstone to case the place,
Uh-huh.
to look for quick exits out.
Uh-huh.
So, because I want to grab some of this stuff and get the hell out of here.
Like just you get out on your own.
I mean, or just, I mean, I'm okay with poking my head out and just being like, hey, you know, but I want to have an idea of like a place that we can get out that's faster.
Better than the barge.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Or like a way down to the barge that's faster.
Okay, so that would be like information on the house itself.
Right. Yeah. That's what it's like. The thing I want is the thing I want to find a shortcut to get to extract ourselves in this situation.
So then maybe it's a flashback to you as you were stalking the maid who was dropping off the food,
Sure.
and you're getting a sense of the lay of the house during that time because you haven't had an opportunity to actually be inside this house previously.
So that's fair. So maybe like I set the trade down.
Or well, sorry, I say that, but like that flashback would be very expensive to have like already infiltrated the house on a previous day.
I meant more like on the out. It makes sense, yeah. But with the maid, that makes sense. Like, so we see him, and instead of picking the tray up, he like looks around for a bit, and there's like no one nearby. So he takes a wander around and like
Totally.
yeah, looks for a way out. So how much stress is this going to cost me?
Yeah, I feel like it's just a one stress thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Um.
Tell you what, though, my
Yeah.
devil's bargain for you is I will put a pip on you all losing your cover to give you an extra die.
That's fine. I'll take it because I need a die
Great.
for the survey roll I am about to make. Does anyone have a stress they can contribute to my efforts somehow? Okay. Like even if you weren't aware of it, like I was sort of like tuned into like your ideas of like
Even if you weren't aware of it while I was looking around, or while you were looking around, you also were getting like these images of like what Thorn was seeing at the party, like
Yeah.
just sporadically.
Yeah, and same with Ivan as well.
okay. Can two people help me?
Yeah,
Can they?
can't they?
I
Thought
don't
they
know
could.
if you can stack the like dice giving ability of help. I mean, two people could help you, but you'd probably only get the benefit of one.
Yeah, I've always kind of been under the assumption that it's just one person, but I've never actually like. For one bonus die, you can get assistance from a teammate.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, what stress are you sitting at?
I'm sitting at two stress remaining.
Violet? Elf?
I have plenty of stress to spare. So
Okay.
I can easily help. Like I've got like another 5 before I'm stressed out.
Okay. I'll let you do it then.
All right, so 2 dice it is. What is my position and effect for me traipsing about the manor? I feel it's at least risky because even though, like, I
Yeah,
have time, there's a dead body right there.
It's risky standard.
Okay,
sure.
cool. Survey. Risky standard, 2 bonus dice. Please God. 6.
All right, ask me your questions, friend. Or no, you just want you already asked the question.
Yeah,
right?
I just want a way out of here that's fast.
The fastest way out of here.
Yeah, that's like the most ideal way out of here, the both efficient way, really.
Yeah, and maybe like this connects in with some stuff that you saw of the route that the maid took, because there are like servants access passages and stuff that allow
Nice.
you to quickly get through the house, because they would need that. That's part of how they would get their job done.
Okay.
And she used a couple of them, so you have those that you've added to your repertoire,
Yeah.
and they're all like hidden, right? They're all secret
Yeah.
doors, basically.
Cool.
Because everything that servants do in the house has to be completely invisible.
Yeah. I mean, I guess this is kind of your call, but I think like realistically, like spinning it into effect on getting out of here is probably like a better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a setup roll for your next roll, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise,
So-
there'd be no point in even doing this.
Yeah. So I'm gonna poke my head out the door and be like, I guess I see them.
I mean, you see Thorn coming your way if she's doing that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, everything's in here. We need to take it. We need to leave.
Okay, I'll grab as much as I can carry. Like, go. I push past you into the room, and it's just like piles of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do I take? And I would like to attune for the weirdest thing in this room.
Great. Yeah, feel free to roll a tune, risky standard, ask me questions.
What is arcane or weird here?
And so you still get your spirit mask on, right?
Yeah, I
so
do.
you're getting, like, vision.
Getting my occult vision, occulto vision.
So, like, the first thing you notice is that there is the ghost of Brannon Kinclave hanging out. Just like you like see him like drinking wine or like brandy or something from a big round like sherry glass or whatever, the big like fishbowl ones, and like appreciating his things, and then but he's like flickering out and then reappearing elsewhere in the room and like like stroking a statuette, like appreciating its beauty. Like he's just in this room, like absorbed with all of his stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think this is what gives you this indication. I mean, it also reveals that, oh, they didn't incinerate this guy. Like his ghost is just hanging out.
Yeah.
That's funny. But then, yeah, there's this like particular. What's a good thing to have?
I don't
Oh,
know.
did you give me a table? Is there a table, John?
Is there an occult weird things table?
There is a cult practices table, which is awesome. Scores table, devils, ghosts, demons, summoned horrors. There's none for just like random stuff though. What would this be?
What about some kind of like jug or like vase or, some sort of vessel?
Yeah, I like that idea. Like maybe it's like it's clearly of Tycherosi.
Yeah. Like catches Thorn's eye like immediately.
Yeah, and like, we see the like flickering of his ghost appear next to it. And he like lifts it, and this like spectral version of it emerges out of it as his hand like, lifts it from underneath.
Yeah.
Like turns it in the light, and as he turns it, it like changes shape. In this like, like hologram sticker kind of way, where once it reaches a
Yeah.
certain, it like suddenly shifts and turns into something else. And then like, his little image like flickers and disappears, and he's somewhere else appreciating something else.
So she goes over to that and like grabs the sort of vase or whatever it is, like a
Yeah, and it's like he like pulls it out of this like crate that it's in.
Yeah.
So
She just
and
like
so you just know that it's like
Yeah.
inside that little crate.
kind of lifted out of it. Because I imagine it's been like open because
Yeah,
it's
everything is
been
kinda,
like
like, half
counted
open.
because it's been like
It's used to
counted
be
and like assessed, right? So she
Yeah. So the lid is like, it still has the nails in it, but it's just kind of like resting gently, like it's finger tight essentially. So you just-
Yeah. So
Um,
she lifts the vessel out and like puts it under her arm and like grabs a couple more things that look like just like, necklaces.
And this looks fancy, and this is
or,
nice.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
gold or whatever, and like just stuffs them in her dress basically.
Yeah, you can spend as much of your load as you want to.
I only
you-
have one free because I have seawater in my mask, so I only have one.
Okay,
load.
so you can carry the
Well-
vase in your hands, and then one load,
and then
worth-
one load of coin. Yeah.
which is
Would the seawater vial really be a full thing? Like if it's a vial of it?
the vial is probably 0 load, just like
Okay, so then
Bong's vial of whatever is
Yeah,
so then we call it the vase in my hands and 2 load. Of
2 coin worth of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have 2 coin on you as you run out the door.
Yeah.
Y'all can get the cohort involved, but they are currently weak.
Yeah.
So I believe
But we should definitely get them involved.
that reduces their effect.
Can we bring them up through the secret doors? Like if we take the secret servant passage like way, can we
Yeah,
like
because y'all have that occult connection with everyone.
Yeah, we can
right?
just be like go to this door, come up through this way sort of thing like
Where they just get a sense of like, maybe I should go check this door
yeah, they
out.
get like the sort of emotional sense of it.
Yeah, and maybe like Bricks comes up first.
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
I have 3 load that I'm going to grab.
Grab worth of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, because and to
well-
justify that, my load is 3, but I took a weapon which is covered by my rigging, and then silence potion doesn't take any. So
Totally. Okay, so I'm gonna make a quality roll for your cohort with limited effect.
Wait, if Bricks is there, does that mean the cultists are there or just Bricks?
Just Bricks.
Okay.
It's like the cultists are unreliable, so I don't
Yeah.
think they all. Make it.
I feel like Bricks is sort of apart from that, but also part of it, weirdly.
Okay, so they can carry. It's essentially like a worse success because they're limited, but so they can carry some stuff.
And
And
if
yeah,
we're
Milos
using,
is notably absent.
Yeah.
But a couple of folks show up, like Daphnia and Cobb and Sethla and Brix, all like run up. Yeah, and they won't draw any attention with that roll either. And they're able to carry some stuff out. So they're able to do their part. They just don't carry as much as they should be able to.
Sure.
So I
Um,
think we're kind of on extraction.
Yeah,
so if there's
we're
any
outta here.
obstacles in between us and that, let's
Why don't you just give me one last getaway roll? Like a
Prowl.
I think I'm
Prowl.
gonna lead that then.
You want to lead a
Yeah.
prowl like with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Ivan, where are you?
Ivan
depends
went
if
out the
anyone
front.
has talked to him using the cult thing.
Yeah, I mean, we would have been like,
'Cause-
hey,
'cause
get
he-
your
I mean, you share our plan
Yeah.
as we go. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess he would like loop around and come back
With
and
the
just be like-
cohort. Yeah.
just be like, "Oh God, I don't want to be here. This is not what my dissertation was about. Gang
Cool.
life, not what was that?" Like he's just in panic mode the entire time.
But he like comes to
Yeah,
grab stuff.
Yeah,
Do you want to make some kind of roll for me, Ivan, to like get back there in time? Because you basically like bugged out
yeah.
back in.
If you feel safe for bugging out, I mean, you can do that too. But that's
Well, it depend. Like, what type of role would I be looking at to
what would you be looking at?
re-mental? Like, would it just be a resist roll to?
I mean, you already resisted it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That like, terror and everything. This is definitely like an action roll to get
Yeah.
yourself from
Back there.
out to back in.
I mean, if it's physical, then it's prowl. Like when it
Yeah,
comes
let's
to,
just do prowl then.
And this is to like do it in time to
to
be
like
used.
this is like you putting on your nerd running shoes, like for a second. Like
Yeah,
maybe you get winded after, but like you got to get back and get the gear.
yeah. Okay. So risky or desperate?
Risky.
Standard, limited.
Yeah, I think if Thorn hadn't like crushed that demon, it would be desperate, but it's risky. Risky standard. It's just
Okay.
gonna be bad if you miss the roll.
Okay, and I'll push myself for a die.
Great.
I need to.
Side note, Andrew, I don't think I asked you how much stress that Tempest cost me.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's just one. I think you have to push yourself to do it.
No,
Do you
no,
not?
it's like
No, it's based on the
zero.
level of
It's
effect,
like
so
0
it
to
was-
6, depending on how much.
It was 3.
3. Okay,
If that's gonna knock you out, you can dump it into Debt to Satara.
it won't.
If you want, take another one in there. But
It won't. We're fine.
Okay. So, cool. I'm just gonna roll it then. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be great. There we go.
all right. Well, the cruise cover is blown. That's for sure. I think. So, what does this look like in terms of your realizing you need to go back?
Well, if this blows the cover of the crew,
Because you're definitely gonna like bump into the wrong person.
yeah, absolutely.
Like, what does that look like? Is it like you're already down at the barge and they're like, shit, I have to go back, and you turn around and like run right into a servant, or
like right into one of the blue coats that are there.
oh, they've like hired some blue coats to check stuff out.
Yeah, and remember, and I don't know if you guys kept this, he's noticed by the law right now. Like people know that he's part of this gang now.
Hmm. Yeah, he doesn't have any good cover story. Okay, so yeah, you just like stumble into some blue coats who have been hired to run security. I think you like open the wrong door, and it's
Yeah.
like 4 blue coats playing cards in a back room. And they all like look up at you, and you recognize one of them. You've like
Yeah.
had trouble with this guy before because he's one of they like brought them in from another district or whatever. It's just like the worst possible run of luck.
Yeah.
One was like, I don't know, that face, and then like there's the scrooge of all their chairs going back as they stand up. And
Just the aw shit.
So I'm gonna let the cover be blown.
Yeah, the cover is blown. Is
You
the
know what?
consequence?
No, I'm going to try to resist this.
Okay, how do you want to resist this happening?
I'm going to resist it.
Oh,
Ah.
you should just play drunk. Like stumble in and be like,
Okay, is that resolve or is that insight? I think it's insight.
I think it's insight.
Okay.
So
So
you're
like
gonna try to
immediately
make yourself
opening the
anonymous by
door.
really drunk acting.
Yeah.
So they don't
Yeah, like he opens the door, realizes the mistake, and goes, "Oh no, this is the wrong door," and like starts slurring his speech and acting drunk.
Yeah, and you just want to seem so harmless that they don't even take notice of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So let's try this.
Okay.
Okay, only one stress.
Cruise cover remains intact. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Ivan is going to be able to get to.
I feel like he won't
feel
be
like
able to help,
lost.
but the cover will still.
Yeah. You fail to come and help us, but you also don't blow our cover.
If
Yeah.
you want to resist that other part of like, you can go to help, it's just going to be like a prowess resist of like, you need to like fucking book it, like hustle through the house or find some.
Do I push it?
There's room for it, but you're gonna have to. That's another consequence that you're resisting because
I'm gonna
a
push
feature
it.
that grand. There's multiple
I'm
consequences.
pushing it. I'm gonna try it.
Okay,
I
so
might
you
stress
can,
out here.
Okay, so you can go
So
ahead
we're
and
gonna
roll resist with like prowess or whatever.
And just one stress again. We're good.
Okay, so a extremely out of breath and red in the face Ivan like runs up to where the loot is.
I'm
You're able to pitch in.
I'm here to help. And he like grabs like a silver bar or something. Because that's
Yeah, so this is all like none of this is in just like cold hard cash. It's all stuff, which is part of
Yeah.
what makes it so difficult to move it all, right? Sean, you're muted.
You're muted, Sean. Oh,
Yeah, that's. I just want to say, Song just like shoves a crate at you and is like, "Take this."
Take this.
Yeah,
Like,
I've already figured
immediately
out what's
almost
worth
drops
most.
it.
Take it. Great.
And then we leave.
So,
We extricate
how do you do that?
we extricate
Prowl.
through the secret tunnels back to the boat and then boat away.
Okay, you're gonna take the secret tunnel through the
But
mountain.
that's a prowl, yeah. Sean was saying. Everybody, secret tunnel because we haven't said it in a while.
secret
is-
tunnel.
This is a group action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, Sean.
So long, farewell.
All right. Well, you're leading, right? So you want to go first?
Question: if we succeed, but I stress out, what are the ramifications of that on like
You
our
succeed.
our
and
haul?
take trauma.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's one of those things where like in the moment you're fine, and then later you're not fine. You're
Yeah.
really not fine at all. So this is going to be a desperate action to run through a manor house without getting noticed quickly while carrying a bunch of valuables
Oh, of course it is.
from one end of it to the other, and then escape on your barge.
Sounds desperate to me. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Desperate standard. Because yeah, if this goes wrong, it'll go catastrophically wrong.
Oh, beautiful.
Cool.
Ah!
I
Everybody-
hope someone succeeds.
Yeah.
So I have no dice in this. And the 5-6 to save the day.
Ivan
Nope.
rolled 2 threes. Okay.
Okay.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's three stress so far. Here comes our cohort.
Why is it 3 stress?
I failed.
You don't take stress for failing.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think so.
Only
Then
it's for everyone assisting you who fails.
Okay,
I take
cohort.
2 stress.
The cohort could still roll it.
Okay, and the cohort gets to do a quality roll. If you succeed on the back of the cohort, it's going to be limited effect.
Okay.
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 which I'm gonna say in this case probably means like something gets left behind, or you don't get as much stuff as you would otherwise.
Yep.
I'm rolling a single d6.
Nice.
Yes!
Even a single d6 is a 50% chance of
50%
success.
chance of success.
Does Song take
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I know what happens.
What do you think? What do you think this is?
So, I think at some point, like whatever Raffaello did took its toll.
Good. We're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so once they get to the barge or whatever, and like he's sitting there, and he just ends up kind of staring off, and he remembers when he was a young man in what, Scotland? What it was the country actually
Yeah,
called? Yeah, when he was a young man in Scotland, when the Akarosi came through his village on horses and burnt it all to the ground, and he ended up like surviving that.
Yeah, they had this like armored carriage with like guns in it that were basically like they white phosphorus bombed your town,
Yeah,
burned everything down.
and he was
Yeah.
like, it was a coastal village, so he managed to get out, and like he like survived, but he was like on a raft for a day or two, like much like how he was in the paintings.
Yeah,
Uh,
and so on the barge, while it's like putting out of the district, you realize that there's like a piece of paper inside your jacket,
yeah.
and you pull it out, and it's the sketch that Raffaello drew of you.
Oh gosh.
And on the backside, there's the painting I described of like the house on fire with the like two maelstroms, one of fire and one of water. There's like a drawing of it on there, and it's like you have no idea how that got there.
And I think that like he breaks down and he just starts like sobbing there on the raft. And I'm going to take Haunted as my trauma.
I feel like this
Brilliant.
is one of those moments where I would be like, Thorn would be like incredibly sympathetic. You know? If you're just like,
Yeah.
if you're just like crying over not seemingly nothing. Because seemingly nothing is always fucking
Something.
some crazy shit. You know? So I feel like it's one of those moments where it's like, you know, she's at least nearby and like sees it, you know, kind of, and tries to be comforting in her weird, like, sort of almost a little bit too touchy kind of way.
Yeah, I don't think he reacts much other than like, I mean, he like takes your hand if you offer it or something, and it's just like, but he's just in the moment, and so like he like it's clear he appreciates someone being there, but he's not like talking
Yeah.
about it. Yeah. And I don't think he keeps the painting. I think it falls into the canal.
The like sketch
Or the
of
sketch.
it?
Yeah, the sketch. I think it just falls into the
So
canal.
we see it like drop into the canal and then like get blacked out as the water takes it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
symbolism.
And like whatever box Song was supposed to be loading onto the skiff is just like still sitting in the boathouse.
I don't
And
know.
we see the like pile of, you know,
Like-
high reserved contraband where everything's still like opened and laid out and like stuck to everything, with a little clump of Milosh's shirt like stuck to the ground next to it. But that's the end of the score.
Hell yes, we want to
Yay.
take a quick break and then
Yeah.
swing back for downtime.
Yeah, we
And,
can wrap up.
close
the
it up?
score.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so we're gonna take a quick break. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. More Blades after this.